Peace, beautiful, beautiful people. It is your girl, the real Tony Hickman, and I am back with a Sunday video. I'm filming it Saturday, but it'll come out tomorrow. And I did another video that I am putting out tomorrow for a short, but I want to just expand on that subject. Update on my cleanse fast. I've been doing good. I've been doing really good. And then I recently, last night, actually not last night, yesterday, I made the mistake of having sunflower seed kernels. Impulse, just wanted something salty, and that's what I did. And so now today, because of that, I feel weak. And listen, I know it's my fault. I'm not even tripping on that. It's my fault that I feel weak because I was feeling great. I had made a good balance with what I was doing. The liquids, the herbs, but yeah, it was impulse. I really just wanted something salty, and that's what happened to me. I hope the wind is not too harsh on the mic or, yeah. But I want to expand on a short that I did that is coming out today called, well, it's not a title to it, but the subject is like how we are supposed to go back to God, right? Because in Christianity, they teach you that in the end days, Christ will return. Now, that's a broad statement, depending on your belief system, because it could be that Christ or God or the Most High, whatever you call God, Jesus, Yahshua or Yahweh, God is returning, but it's supposed to return within us. And what I mean by that is, if you imagine, first of all, a gigantic white man stepping out of the sky and coming back to earth, that is scary, right? But what I believe is God is supposed to come back within us. So the question I proposed is, what if this human experience is about us going through life, learning our mistakes, and through the journey, we start learning to be obedient to our spirit, to our God self, to God. And what does that mean? That means loving people beyond what you think of them. That means loving yourself enough to do the right thing by yourself. Loving your temple enough that you decide not to put anything toxic in it, like alcohol or cigarettes or anything that is burning that becomes toxic to the body. What if it's us acknowledging that it's so important for us to not participate in gossip, participate in degrading others and their journey, because everybody is on their own journey and we have no right to put ourselves on a pedestal and create the idea that we are better than the next person because they operate totally different. And it could be something you don't agree with at all. It can be anything, anybody. And because of it, you get so angry. You get angry at this person or these people or these circumstances or the government. And I know it's hard to love the energies or the circumstances that are upsetting us on purpose, right? Creating turmoil within our spirit. But what if it does mean that in order for us to go back to God or return to Christ or even be saved, it means for us to save ourselves, to go back to the God self, to listen to that spirit within that is telling us what we need to do and we avoid it. For example, like what I did with the sunflower seed kernels, you know. And most people will be like, well, you already been strict, ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah, but see, my spirit is directing me differently. And so I'm hard on myself because I know that's the God self in me. And I want God within me that is attached to everything out here. Look, that sun came out every time. But I want the God within me that is attached to everything that is, to know that I acknowledge my mistakes. I acknowledge that I have gotten off of my journey, my path, what I am supposed to do. And my journey is not meant for everybody else. Everybody has their own individual journey. So many people can be battling with so many things, from staying in relationships staying in relationships that are not healthy for them. They are being mentally and physically abused, spiritually abused, to resulting because of that emotional abuse, abusing yourself through diet. And we're not mentally and physically we're not only mentally and physically abused by our mates. We do it to ourselves. Even our people that we call or label friends. But ultimately we do it to ourselves because we have the power of choice. So our choices lead us back to going against our God self instead of going toward God. And what does that mean to go toward God, right? It means everything I just said. Letting go of everything that angers you and approaching everything with love. And that also means forgiving yourself when you have done wrong, when you have gone against your own self. Because that's a part of life. That's a part of this life on earth. We're going to make mistakes, but eventually we have to strengthen the willpower, and the willpower is a strong muscle that we need to build. But imagine if we can be so disciplined that we follow the voice of God within. Man, what a wonderful world. For real. It would really be a wonderful world to see that. But it starts with self. It starts with us. How we are choosing to be obedient. And I know as you're watching the video, you can think of several ways in your life that you ignore the voice of God. So you ignore the voice of God. We ignore the voice of God, and then we face the circumstances of ignoring the voice of God. And there's so many ways we do it, right? We ignore the voice of God when we go to entering into worry. Because worry is a negative energy. It's an energy of fear. And the voice of God has already told us what needs to be done, what will be done, even if we can't see it. But because we can't see it, we worry. We also don't act in our highest vibration, even though we know better. And the more, I'm sorry, that breeze just smells and feels so good. But the more that we go against our own self, we can actually pay attention to our life and see how we are self-destructing, like a ticking time bomb, right? We are self-destructing. And it's so many ways. And we like to think that everything is everybody else's fault. But it's not. It's really not anybody else's fault. It's our fault. Or it's not fault, it's lessons. It's lessons that have to happen to elevate us. So you can keep paying attention. You can pay attention to your own life and see how you are self-destructing. Most people can pay attention to our life and see a mirror, and that's why they judge. They judge because they see where we are self-destructing. But on the flip side, we see where they are self-destructing. So instead of being judgmental, it would be so dope if the judgment turned into love and compassion and like, how can I help you? See, I'm going to tell y'all something that has been put on my spirit. I have been told that I have to give. And I've been like that all my life. But I have to give even more, right? I have to give even more. And so I hope that when y'all watch these videos, watch my shorts if you are on Instagram or on Facebook, TikTok, you see that I really just give from spirit. I give what the voice of God is telling me to do. And I'm not Christian. Nope, I'm not Christian. I curse sometimes, but I'm working on that, you know. Again, that's those things that we can acknowledge when we come closer to seclusion. We put ourselves in a bracket of seclusion for a minute, so we're not influenced by the external world. Yeah, so it would be dope if we could just help each other. And the judgment is so harsh. It's so harsh that we do, and some people will say it's necessary. Judgment without compassion is not necessary. And correction, self-correction is necessary. But even when we can't see our own mistakes, one would hope that a person would come with compassion and love instead of harsh criticism and judgment. that is of a lower vibration. Because in the end, we are all love, right? We came here to love. And even in nature, like, I'm just looking around, like, all of these trees are up so we can breathe better, right? All of the, I'm sorry if I have chapped lips when this video is up, because I feel like my mouth is dry. But the trees are here. They're loving us right now. Like, if the trees weren't up, we wouldn't be able to breathe the way we do. We wouldn't be able to receive their energy. We wouldn't, they freely give. How can you freely give in your life? Because that's the message. We have to give of ourselves. We have to give of ourselves. So, I love y'all, man. Yeah. And that's it. I really love y'all. Like, even those that may judge me, even all of that, I love y'all. That's how I have to operate, because the only people that can really hurt us are the ones that judge us. They're the ones that judge us harshly and with no compassion. But I love everybody. And even if I say somebody hurt me, I'm still learning to process that concept, because that's your energy, right? That's the energy you are choosing to give out. But it's not mine to keep. So I let go with love. And I still love you, like, you know, but I let go with love. Yeah. Peace.